Good afternoon to all of my beautiful fuckers. Let's swap over to our main cams. Hopefully they're all working. Yes, they are. Here we go. I'm going to put that down a little bit more just because Chelsea has been using the light. And of course, as soon as I go live, Mushu starts fucking teeing off with the next door neighbor dog. Beal, how you doing, buddy? We were trying to summon you for the Space Marine 2 gameplay because we had Sarah jumped in your place. And we were like, I'm pretty sure that he's like Beetlejuice. If you say his name enough, like he shows up. And you have been lovingly renamed Beetlejuice. But I'll be back in a sec. Mushu's fucking teeing off with the next door neighbor dog. Back in a sec. Mushu Lee! That puppy, I swear, that puppy. Oh. Been meaning to ask, does Rogan look like a vape? It's a towel vape. It's a towel vape. But instead of you inhaling, you know, something for that, your enemy is inhaling a rail projectile. But it's a good question. It's a good question. But Beal, thank you for the resub, dude. Really appreciate it. For 11 months at tier 3. That is incredible. You railed your lungs? Yeah, that sounds about right. Sarah, how you doing? Just arrived and already Mushu is being a little guy. Yes, he is. Hello to you, Sarah. All right, so today, what I want to do, obviously we have the Avatar of Cain overseeing everything that we do because today's going to be a little bit of Aeldari theory crafting. I've got an idea of some lists that I want to run and kind of just wanted to go through and have my thoughts verbalized and include, you know, all of you beautiful fuckers through the process. I've seen a few different like takes on list design and that sort of stuff. So I won't claim to have a like a massive understanding of Aeldari because obviously I'm swapping onto the army, so there are going to be things that work and don't. Hopefully my live cam actually works. Yep, there we go. Cool. So I've got new recruit up, and yeah, we're gonna have a look at this. So I'm going to start with aspect host. Now, as you can see, there are a lot of detachments to look at. The ones that I am looking at are Aspect Host, Windrider Host, and War Host to start. Now, one of the big things that I will put as a caveat to all of this is that I'm going to be building lists with a focus on what I own because I'm starting a new faction. I'm not going to own everything. It is literally not possible from a monetary standpoint. Though if you do want to help support the channel, there is the Patreon, there is throwing your Twitch Prime. There are a bunch of different ways that you can support the channel. Or you can buy some coaching from me, pandastudios.com.au. Another good financial way that you can get some models for yourself. If you're within Australia, go to rnrhobbies.com.au, use code Pantheon, and you will get from their 21% off, it will go up to 26% off GW prices. So that is a great way to help me in the studio. But anyway, enough, you know, plugging myself. Everybody knows I love to plug myself, but yeah. So the aspect host, I have been seeing some different stuff and an initial version of the list that I want to run. And I will do a, you know, in a perfect world where I would like to build up into, and obviously this will be affected by practice. Practice is a very, very big component. Let me just get some mood music on for everybody. Set the mood, set the tone. Just really, you know, like make it sexy, you know? What is a stream if it's not sexy? What are we going to go with? Now, I'm definitely going to remember to turn my music channel down a little bit. Let's go. I never click right enough. Let's go reflection, shall we? All right, now I can turn it up a little bit so I can hear it and make sure the sound is good. Can you run an avatar if you're running Ghosts in the Webway? I believe so, yeah. Because I want to get an avatar if I can. Yeah, I think at the moment, and this is an initial take, I think the avatar is maybe a little bit expensive for what it does. It's a great beat stick, but what was the part that it lost? Like, let's actually look at the Avatar of Cain. So we got this boy. We've got the Wailing Doom, which in Aspect Host, you got a stratagem, which makes his ranged attack even better. It's one shot with sustained hits D3. No way to flip that to a 6 at the moment. So one shot, you get that 1 out of 6 times. It's fine. It's fine. His sweep profile. Thank you, Bill, for gifting a sub to Sarah. Absolutely appreciate that, buddy. So the strike profile, 6 attack, strength 16, AP4, D6 plus 2 is great. The sweep profile is fucking excellent. 12 attack, strength 8, AP2, damage 2. Then his abilities are half damage. While a friendly Aeldari is within 6 of the model, add 1 to advance and charge rolls. And a 4-up invuln. Now, he does have battle focus, which means you can send him decently far. One of the things that I think is problematic is that for 300 points, you can include like 3 units of fire dragons. You can include 3 units of warp spiders. You can, you know, chuck in some of the bigger characters. Like, there are a bunch of things that, you know, you could do, and the avatar can't walk through walls. Can be difficult to position. And the +1 to advance and charge rolls, it is really nice. I guess like pairing that with Howling Banshees is where my brain kind of goes to, because they have innate advance and charge. Obviously, if you take Jane Zar, and you can see how much I've been researching my my Aeldari, she gives them auto 6 and ignore vertical distance, which I think can have a lot of play. So, you know, that unit doesn't care about it, but I also find that there are plenty of units that already have enough movement without that, and it'd depend on what has assault. Like the Dragon Fusion Guns having assault, that is actually interesting to have your avatar kind of act as a battery for, because you declare an advance the second that you move the unit. That means that your fire dragons going 7 plus 2 from battle focus token plus 1 means that they're going 10 inches base, and then whatever the advance roll is, that means that like they can go quite far. Also, if you have them in a transport, get them out, you know, inside of 3 of the transport, but within 6 of the avatar, then you're going even further. That's 13 plus an advance roll. That can be good for getting directed anti-tank down. Yeah, it's just, you know, for 300 points, from everything that I've seen in like battle reports and all that sort of stuff, like not having enough stuff is really, really problematic. And when we look at the Avatar of Cain, like as soon as somebody puts dedicated shooting into it, T11, 2-up armor, 4-up invuln, 14 wounds, and half damage is great. But the reason why, and I'm amazed that they didn't give him a Feel No Pain, the reason why Necrons are so incredible with their Catans is because they have a Feel No Pain on top. And even them, taking down a Catan with like overwhelming fire isn't actually that hard to do. So, oh, don't get me wrong, it is hard to do, but like if you commit enough to it, mathematically you should take it down. And it's kind of, yeah. Now look at, for that 300 points, that's 3 units of Howling Banshees. That's like a bunch of different stuff. So I do want to run the Avatar, and I do want to test it, because I'm not a fan of not testing stuff. But yeah. Consider the fact that you got to keep his half all damage when the Incarn lost it. I mean, yes, but, you know, the Incarn, you're looking at a specific iteration where you're going in the Devoted of you need these nuts in your mouth. And yeah, like this detachment is carrying a lot of that, to the point where, like, I don't think the Incarn is the big selling point of Ynnari, but it's all of the other stuff that it gets to do. Once per turn, when a Ynnari unit makes a fallback agile move, can make a lethal surge move instead of a normal move. D6, add 1 to the result. Can be moved within engagement range. That is probably like the big thing with this stuff. Now, the agile maneuvers, let's talk about that. I just added 1 too many. So now this doesn't actually say who is eligible. I guess 2 inches is everybody. 4 Flitting Shadows. No Overwatch. That's kind of everybody, I think. Oh, that might be infantry. I think that's infantry. Star Engines is vehicles. Note, not monsters. Vehicles. Which I think, like, the Avatar of Cain being able to do this would be pretty fantastic for that model. 6-inch Consolidate is fucking insane, though. Pile-in and Consolidate. Fallback move, normal move D6 plus 1, really, really good. So, like, all of these are really, like, favoring infantry models. And then fade back after it's shot, 1 eligible unit. Now, let me just look up what our eligible units are, because I've got the codex on my phone. Haven't got any of my Aeldari stuff, unfortunately. But hopefully GW sorts their shit out really soon. So Flitting Shadows is everyone. Swift as the Wind is everyone. Sudden Strike is everyone. Opportunity Seized is everyone. Fade Back is everyone. So that is also the Avatar of Cain being able to make a reactive move does represent a pretty interesting thing, because like one of the things that was making Star Shatter really, really good, and this got nerfed to 2 CP, and now we can just do it for a token, is like having a big model like this. People line up all of their guns, and then they shoot with the first one. You make a D6 plus 1, and then you just go, whoop, out of the way. And I actually moved the model, and I realized I didn't have the top-down cam. But yeah, and you know, you do that in like something like Warhost, for example. You're adding +1 to it, and I think you can also re-roll the result. I'll have to check that. But actually, yeah, let me see this. Warhost, start of the battle round, 1 additional battle focus token. Each time you perform Swift as the Wind, add 1 to the movement characteristic. Oh, no, so you don't get to do that. Each time your army performs an agile maneuver involves rolling a d6, add 1 to the result. Yeah, okay, so you do get to do that. Yeah, so him going a minimum of 3 inches means that there is a lot of play that you can make in that. And unfortunately, you can't take the Avatar in Ynnari, because Ynnari... you can only take the epic hero, the Incarn. All other epic heroes are banned. Aside from, I think, Yvraine and the Vizark. But, yeah. Or is that it? Let me just have a look. Detachment. No, not you. Devoted you need. You can include Ynnari units. They have a Suryani, excluding epic heroes from your army, gain the Ynnari keyword. You must include Yvraine and or the Incarn in your army, and one of those models must be your warlord. So, okay, so you can include them, but epic heroes don't get the Ynnari keyword. I thought there was another restriction where if you took the Incarn, you couldn't take the Avatar. Anyway, I'll check that when the codex comes in. So let's have a look at the aspect host. Like the initial place that my brain goes to for this, I am running Autarchs, running an Autarch Wayleaper. I do love Jane Zar for a Howling Banshee brick. I do love Lycus for the crit 5s. And that interacts with the stratagem where you can get lethal and sustained hits for discarding a token. I hope it's coming out this week because the release was last week. Check your Yvraine's and Incarn's data sheets listed on their more attachable. That is a good point. So Incarn. The Whispering, if your army includes the Incarn, it cannot include any epic hero units excluding Ynnari units. If your army includes any epic hero units excluding Ynnari units, it cannot include the Incarn. Yeah, that's where it is. Hey, baby. There's a tuna sub. It's done for me. But I thought you would have got something for yourself. I'm sorry, my love.
On the way home, I'm like, oh my god, I can go somewhere.
Well, there's a tuna one, and there's also the classic chicken and bacon.
I will have the tuna.
Yeah. Just pick out the onion. Yeah. Sorry, my love. Yeah, okay, so now when we look at the Incarn and like the opportunity cost, because this is always what I look at with like, am I going to include something, am I not? What is the opportunity cost? We're paying 250 points for a T10, 2 up save, 12 wounds, so 2 less wounds, same save, it's got a 4 up invuln, I believe, and it's 1 less toughness point, which does actually come up in certain matchups. Now, 5 attacks, so 1 less attack, strength 12, AP4, D6 plus 1. Sweep attack is damage 1. Now, the big thing that you take the Incarn for is inevitable death, which they've changed to not any enemy unit, but another friendly Aeldari unit. I don't know. I don't see this being played. I would need better Aeldari players to really like lead the way on whether that is actually going to be a thing. Now, on the Autarch, I am going to give him a Reaper launcher. The Autarch Wayleaper will be getting a Death Spinner. I'm going to leave him on the Starglaive. This guy is going to have the Mantle of Wisdom, which is when you pick your rerolls, you get both of them. So you reroll ones to hit and wound. And then the Autarch Wayleaper, I am actually going to leave for now. I won't spend those points if I don't have to. Then we go a unit of Storm Guardians. This has been making it into my list almost every single time. So it's Flamer, it's Fusion Gun, and it's Power Sword. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. So that is a decent unit that stickies your home objective. That's why we're taking them. We are taking Dark Reapers. Now, again, this is what I own. In a perfect world, I would like to have 2 units of 10, preferably. We're going to have Reaper launchers. The Exarch is going to have the Tempest launcher because we want that indirect. Aspect Shrine tokens. I don't know why that's not a default, but there you go. We are going to have Fire Dragons. We're going to have Howling Banshees. We're going to have Rangers, or Rangers, as they're more colloquially called. We are going to have... where are you? Wave Serpent. And we're going to take those in duplicate. They are going to have... Now, I have been torn on this. The missile launcher doesn't look too bad, even though like it's twin-linked. So that's not too bad. And then you've got the Sunburst, which means you can go into little units and you've got D6 plus blast, strength for AP1, damage 1. There's been a couple of people talking about the Star Cannon. I don't really see it. 2 shots of damage 2. It's, yes, it's strength 8. Yes, it's AP3. I don't know. Again, I would need better minds than mine to say one way or another. And then you got the Bright Lance, which is 1 shot of D6 plus 2 at AP3, strength 12, twin linked. So, I mean, like the strength 12 is a really great break point for going into things like Big Knights, that sort of stuff. Though we are taking Fire Dragons, which are going to more take that role. My brain has been going to the missile launcher, but I am more than willing to be talked out of that. Back to work for me. Damn slave driver, Jay needing my monies. Yep, well, you've done your purpose, Beal. I appreciate you. I appreciate your cervix. So, yeah, you do your thing, bud. Jay, if you roll well with Lycus and don't say that... Wait. That's just the like of the dice? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Okay, yes, I'm about to be a father, but it doesn't mean I'm about to start, like, going that bad dad joke. I think I need to be at least, like, 50 to start saying something like that, right? Right? Triple Fire Dragons. Now, I've been playing around with a bunch of different configurations for the Howling Banshees. I think having just like 3 units of 5 is fine. I have been playing around with the... I've been loving the Executioner. And I was watching Vic Vijay from the Fireside podcast play his stuff, and like looking at it, I can see why he loves the Executioner. Having this at 3 attacks, strength 6, AP 3, damage 3, anti-infantry 3+, it's just a great weapon to have. So I think 3 5s is good. Unit of Rangers. Now, normally I would love to jam in 2 units of Rangers, but I've actually been really eyeing off the Striking Scorpions quite a bit. I'm not sure if I want to go... Like, the Scorpion's Claw looks fine, but it loses sustained hits. So it's strength 8, AP 2, damage 2, which is... It's a Power Fist. It's a Power Fist. But then we look at something like the Chain Sabers, where you've got a ranged attack with it, and you've also got 5 attacks at strength 4, AP 1, damage 1, sustained hits twin linked. And then you've got the Biting Blade, which is 4 attacks at strength 5, AP 3, damage 1, with sustained hits. I think I like the Biting Blade profile a little bit more. Yes, the Chain Sabers have twin linked, and maybe that's worth it because it's 5 attacks as well. But it's the AP 3 that I'm eyeing off quite heavily, especially because like going into matchups like Blood Angels are doing really well right now, and the Sang Guard are a 2-up armor save with a 4-up invuln. If they AOC you, they're on a 2-up save, so you basically can't do shit to them with your Striking Scorpions unit, which is infiltrating and scouting. But if you've got the Biting Blade, you can actually take a bit of a chunk out of them. So I think that's the direction I'm going to go. 2 units of those, double Wave Serpent. And then we've got the Autarch here is going to be the Warlord, Starglaive. Now, what else am I missing from my list? Now, in a perfect world, I would love an extra unit of Dark Reapers, but I'm not going to own that much. I will need to get another unit of Fire Dragons and Howling Banshees. That's not going to be too hard. I do need to get another Wave Serpent because I've got a Falcon and a Wave Serpent. And, you know, I don't think a lot of reputable events are going to be okay with me bringing a Falcon because it's a slippery slope once you start letting GW in for GW. I need to get Storm Guardians as well. So we got a little bit that we got to look at. But luckily, we've got all of the major pieces of it. Now, my aspects list, what did I go with that? I really liked this version of the list. So it was, yeah, Autarch, Wayleaper, Jane Czar, Storm Guardians, Double Wave Serpent, Triple Fire Dragon, Triple Howling Banshee, Double Striking Scorpion. My Warp Spiders! How did I forget my Warp Spiders? Oh, I'm disappointed in myself. All right, Warp Spiders. We are going the Power Blade Array on the main guys because I do love the idea of having a bunch of melee attacks on the leader and just having 4 Flamers on the other one. Gives them a little bit more that they can do. You either flicker jump them or you just move them normally and get some damage and some value. Don't forget your Fire Dragon leader randomly having a damage 3 weapon. Pretty sure it could be thinking of Fugan. No, they do. I've put Fire Pikes onto the leader. The Fire Pike, I think, is going to be the thing that you see the most. This is a Strength 12, 18-inch Melter 3 weapon. You put Fugan with them, and this becomes a 24, which is 12 inches, so you can walk them in off the edge of a board or walk them up to somebody, and you've got Melter at 12 inches, which is pretty nice. Kipash Carnage, how you doing? Drive-by, I hope all well. We are doing pretty well. We are doing pretty well. At least ways better than we have been over the last few months. So thank you for the drive-by. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well too. So the Fire Pikes, I think, are going to be the most common thing that you see. Obviously, I can't talk about the Fire Dragons without talking about the Dragon Axe, which just looks really cool. I don't think you're going to use it. I don't think that your Fire Dragons are things that you're charging. And even though D6 damage AP4 is funny as fuck, it's also only strength 6. So a lot of the stuff you'd want to send D6 AP4 into, you're wounding on 5s, maybe 6s, and no twin linked. So Fire Pike it is. Really, you're going to be using the assault on their guns to use, swift as the wind, advance, all that good stuff, and then, get to where you need to get to. So Warp Spiders, take in triplicate. We got 20 points left over, which, what did I have? I think I went Strategic Savant, because we've got plus 1 OC, which he'll be going with one of the Warp Spider units. Or we go the Shimmer Stone, which is -1 to wound. Actually, you know what? -1 to wound sounds pretty good for 15 points. It means that they can't just throw random crappy guns at them and expect to full kill them. And And, altering the maths is exactly what we want to do. So that's where I'm looking at for my first aspects list. Failing, testing going like absolutely terribly. This will be around about what I'm looking at shooting for the aspects. We got a couple of pieces that we've got to pick up. And we'll look at once we can actually get our hands on 10 more Dark Reapers. We'll look at that. Because these guys are looking really fantastic. The Starshot weapon, it's a single shot each, but they're hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. Strength 10, AP 2, damage 3, ignore cover, and you can pay for sustained and lethal hits on them. And because of the leader that I'm putting with them, re-roll 1s to hit and wound is the important part of that from the detachment rule. So, and then you've got the Star Swarm if you want to go into units of guardsmen, units of termagants and hormigants, and like when you've really got to chew through a bunch of places. You've got 2 shots on that, and all of it at 48 inches, which is pretty cool. 36 inches on the Tempest launcher, which is indirect fire. So yeah, there's a lot to love within this unit. I can see why everybody's been making a big deal of them. Now, the next one that I want to do is Ride the Wind. Hey, you can probably see where this is going. So, configuration. Agile maneuvers, strike force, detachment, Wind Rider host. So, let's look at what I concocted for a previous list. And this one, I'm very unsure about because I haven't played these units and don't really have a good read of like what their damage output is and, how the playstyle is going to be. So, we're going to start with a Farseer Skyrunner. We are going to jam in a unit of Storm Guardians. We want to have sticky objectives. We are then going to throw in unit of Rangers because we need mission play. I like striking Scorpions for the Infiltrate, Scout, all that sort of stuff. Really helps sort of open up parts of the board. I don't mind a unit of Warp Spiders here. And then we want to look at Mounted, Shining Spears, and... Where are my Wind Riders? They not... What? Am I an idiot? Oh, here they were. They're up on Battle Line. Yep. Because they get the Battle Line keyword when they go into here. So, none of you. And we're going the Shuriken Cannon. Now, why are we going the Shuriken Cannon? 3 shots of Strength 6, AP 1, Damage 2 with lethal hits. Now, this on paper, yes, it's a heavy bolter. But lethal hits instead of sustained. But we start layering and stacking things that start to make this kind of nutty. So, I've got 2 units of 6. I've got 2 units of 3. And let's go that. Now, I've got the Farseer Skyrunner here. He is Seer Sight Strike. Now, he is Psychic Weapons equipped, have Anti-Monster 2+, Anti-Vehicle 2+. Why is that relevant? He has Psychic for Eldritch Storm, and he has Psychic for what will be the Singing Spear. So, Eldritch Storm is D6 attacks, blast, Psychic, Strength 6, AP 2, D3 damage. Then he's also got the Singing Spear, which is a 12-inch shot of Strength 9, AP 0, damage 3. And then he's got that for his melee attack as well, which is damage 3 hitting on 2s. So that is something that you can't easily ignore. Now I'm just going to copy him and then take Seer Sight Strike off. And I believe I had First Drawn Blade, or did I have the -1 to hit? I think I had Mirage. Yeah, Mirage Field. All right. Then we're also adding in Warlock Skyrunners. Now this is the next part of the combo. Warlock Skyrunners, we are going to have 2 of those, none of you. They have a very interesting ability. Aside from having their Destructor, and then Singing Spear and Twin Shuriken Catapults, whatever. Psychic Communion. Each time this unit is selected to shoot for each Warlock model in this unit, which we have 2 of them, until the end of the phase, add 1 to the attacks and strength of that model's Destructor weapon for each other friendly Aeldari Psyker model within 6 of this model to a maximum of +2. So, that is our Farseer Skyrunner. That is our Warlock Skyrunner. we have 2 Destructors, so it's 2d6 plus 4, strength 7, AP 1, damage 1, psychic torrent. And it's each time it's selected to shoot, not just in your shooting phase. Zophiana, howdy, how are you doing? Good to see you. Do you have a Malgan Ra? I'm pretty sure he's trash from what I've heard. Yes, I have not been looking seriously at Malgan Ra. His ability just leaves a lot to be desired. It doesn't really help his unit, and any good opponent is going to be able to play around not getting mortal wounds splashed on them, so it's kind of whatever. And you're giving up an Autark, which can take a Reaper Launcher, and gives them 1 free strat, which allows them to re-embark within a transport, and 2, our Autark gives, I can't believe I'm forgetting what his other ability is. I have been practicing this. Reroll advanced rolls and reroll any rolls made while it is performing an agile maneuver. So that is like later in the game, you get shot at, you lose a couple of models, you go, cool, I'm going to go D6 plus 1, I get to reroll that result. So if I roll a 1, bang, I'm re-rolling it and maybe get something better, which could potentially win me the game. So yeah, he doesn't offer enough. The opportunity cost is too great. I'm going 2 of these Warlock Skyrunners. They're going with the 6-mans, obviously. The Shining Spears, I am going for Shuriken Cannon on the Exarch, a Shimmer Shield, and he's going Star Lance. Now, the Star Lance is basically, I think, 1 extra attack of all of the other stuff that they've got. Anti-Monster 3+, Anti-Vehicle 3+, Strength 5, AP 3, Damage 3. Now, Shining Spears I've been looking at because they're a little expensive for the body that they are because, like, don't get it twisted. These guys are a T4, 3-up save, 2 wounds. They're a Marine, which I'm really surprised. Like, Marine Outriders are like 4 fucking wounds or something. Or maybe they're less than that. I don't know. But, like, the Outriders are almost strictly better. They're T5. And it's just like, but the big thing that these guys have, and this is why I'm looking at them seriously, is extreme mobility. Each time this unit makes a normal advance, fallback, or charge move is an important thing to add in there. Ignore any vertical distance when determining the total distance models in this unit can be moved during that move. That means that they go through walls. And for anybody who's not sure why that's the case, you just fly over the wall and it doesn't cost you any extra distance. So you are functionally moving through it. Make a Seer Council, Jay. It'll look cool. I'd have to read more about it. I don't know enough about the Seer Council stuff. I've got some ideas of what they want to do, but yeah. My entire Harlequin army does that, yeah. And you think about that on a mounted unit that's going 14, 16 with a battle focus token, and then you start adding in some of the stuff like 6-inch pile-in and consolidate. You start looking at after you kill a unit, make a move of 7 inches. And then you tag something else, then you 6-inch pile in, you kill it, you 6-inch consolidate, tag something else. It just like there's a bunch of different things that you can do here that give you like movement tricks and that sort of stuff, which is why I've been looking at them seriously. So we got all of those. We got our Farseer Skyrunners, we got our Warlock Skyrunners. Oh, the other part about the Warlock Skyrunners. Weapons equipped by models in this unit have the Ignore Cover ability. So you just innately ignore cover with this big 6-man death blob. With psychic torrent weapons that don't normally ignore cover, that do while they're runes of battle psychic. It's not even while they're leading a unit. It's just weapons equipped by models in this unit. So even once the Wind Riders die, they still keep the ignore cover ability for all their stuff, and so does the Farseer. So yeah, so you've got these big death balls shooting 6 shuriken cannons, so you got 18 shots at strength 6, AP 1, damage 2, and then we look at the Wind Rider data sheet, and you've got each time you make a ranged attack, reroll a hit roll of 1. If the target of that attack is the closest eligible target, you could reroll the hit roll instead. So you've got 4 rerolls to hit. Then, as a stratagem for Wind Rider, you've got, I don't think it has the stratagems in here, but full rerolls to wound. So you've got 4 rerolls to hit, 4 rerolls to wound, ignore cover. And then we put in something that I have been jamming into this list very, very happily, the Wall Walkers. Now, I've been looking intently at the missile launchers for them. Just because you can either get the single shot, so you can get 2d6 blast, strength 4, AP 1, damage 1, just guarantees you're going to hit them. Because their data sheet ability is crystalline targeting in shooting phase. After this unit is shot, select one enemy unit hit by one or more of those attacks till the end of the phase. Each time a friendly Aeldari unit makes an attack that targets that enemy unit, improve the AP by 1. Each unit can only be selected for that ability once per turn. So you've got, in this list, I've got 2 of them. I could potentially go to 3 of them, which I think would be okay. Because at the end of the day, we've got a unit that has Scout 9, moves 10 inches, so they're going pretty far. They have a 4-up invuln, they're T7, 6 wounds, and give extra AP, which is something that this really, really needs. So then, in the context of our combo, the Warlock Skyrunners, giving ignore cover, they've got 2d6 plus 4, strength 7, AP 2, damage 1 shots at Torrent. Then you've got all of the 18 shots from the Wind Riders. And then you've got the Farseer with Seer Sight Strike, who is at, like, Eldritch Storm, D6 shots, Blast Psychic, Strength 6, AP 3, D3 damage, 4 rerolls to hit, 4 rerolls to wound. And the Flamer, 4 rerolls to wound for that stratagem. And you got the Singing Spear doing the same thing. And all of this anti-monster, anti-vehicle 3 plus? 2 plus? 3 plus? Look at you. Nope. Oh, and then you've also got this guy being able to pick a unit at the end of your movement phase and go, every time you make an attack, -1 to wound. Which is pretty nice. Anti-monster 2 plus. And anti-vehicle 2 plus. So that's sort of the combination that I'm looking at for this. Now, Rangers, we don't need to do anything. Biting Blade for you. Aspect Shrine tokens. What? Oh, no, they only get 1. They only get 1 because they're not a 10-man. That makes sense. And then we've got... Now, this is where the part of the list that I'm looking at becomes a little bit more shaky. I don't really know. Actually, you know what? I like 3 Warwalkers. I think that's good. I think the next things that I want to put in are maybe an Autark and some Howling Banshees for some charge threat. Gonna make you the Warlord. Gonna stay on Starglaive. Gonna get a Dragon Fusion Gun because I think that's kind of cool being able to just pop out and one-bang someone. Then we go for our Howling Banshees because I really do love these girls for how far they move. Like they're an 8-inch base move, 10 with a battle focus token, innate advance and charge. They go so goddamn far in a single turn and charge with, anti-infantry 3 plus stuff, which means that you could send your big bike bricks into monsters and vehicles and whatever and have the full rerolls to hit with lethals going off. Now, that's the other thing that I've looked at is putting Lycus into this list. So Lycus gives a very nice ability, which will be a 1 and done. It's declare a charge after flicker jump, but in your shooting phase, after this model is shot, select one enemy unit hit by those attacks until the end of the turn. Each time a friendly Aeldari model makes an attack that targets a unit, an unmodified hit roll of 5 scores a critical hit. So that means you've got your Wind Riders critting on 5s with lethal hits. So, yeah. Go 2 J's so you can just buy 1 box and have the models you need. 2 of what? 3 makes it Orkies unless you already own one. Depending on the unit, I may. Don't sleep on Fire Dragons. Apparently math is they can pick up 2 Rogals a turn. A 10-man, sure. But you've also got to factor in for some of the stuff that Guard is running at the moment, which is things like invulnerable saves on them and Feel No Pains. So, yeah. Warwalkers. I have 3 Warwalkers. I got those from Troll Trader. And kills whatever they shoot at in the game as long as it's monster or vehicle. They are very, very good. They are 100 points. And if I were to look at it, if the Shining Spears underperformed, they're probably what comes out. But I want to have this base so that I've got stuff to go and do the things I need to do. I've got Wind Riders and Shining Spears as like damage that I can pick up using the detachment ability over and over again. I've got Lycus as a missile to make with, because you can deep strike you guys turn 1. for a CP especially, because you normally strat reserve them because they don't have deep strike, but they have a stratagem similar to the Necron stuff where you can put them anywhere on the board outside of 6 or outside of 9 if you want to be able to declare a charge. So the combo here would be to have something high value and have a 6 Windrider unit just show up outside of 6, Lycus flicker strikes over there, hits them, crits on 5s, and then we blow that up, and then, that unit probably dies in return. But, the trade that we're making there is then 160 plus, 95, plus whatever. I guess, that combination, we really need to make sure that... And you know what? I'm thinking kind of like a Tau player where a lot of stuff is really, really cheap. I think what we would end up doing with these guys is really playing angles super hard. Because the other thing is... It's not just that they're there and then that's it, they're done. If you kill something, you can pay for a 7-inch move. So I can be on one side of a terrain feature, shoot up a bunch of stuff, and then just move around the terrain feature and be hidden. And I think with good play and good positioning, that will allow me to do that pretty regularly. So the problem becomes that if that's in the first turn, I just literally won't have the CP economy to do that and show up outside of 9. Though having said that, I may not need to show up within 6. If I've got enough angles, the Wind Riders are shooting at, 24 inches? That is potentially very, very hard to screen off. And the first turn, we might even just be clearing stuff with the Striking Scorpions and Howling Banshees and whatever, and a couple of 3-man Wind Rider units. To get rid of all of their screens and make their other stuff step out so the 6-mans can hit them. And the Shining Spears can rapid ingress and then run through a wall, charge through a wall, get on top of stuff, do their business, whatever. So yeah, we've got options at the very least. We've got options. So this is the kind of list I'm looking at for Wind Riders. Now, again, all of this is subject to testing, and I do not ever claim to be what am I trying to say? An authority on Eldar. I am wrapping my head around them at the same pace as everybody else. Hopefully I'll be able to see some success with it. But I wouldn't mind looking at a Ynnari and a Harlequins list. But I will have to do some reading. So I think that'll be the next thing we do. I'm just going to take a quick break. I have to use the restroom. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back. And we will do some more Aeldari Theorycraft. Alrighty, we are back. So, what does my YouTube keep doing that? All right, so that is our Wind Rider list. I would love to look at some Harleys. So, now I don't know everything about them, but I do have some ideas of what I might want to do with them. So, Solitaire is obviously great, having a little missile you can throw at people. Now, the Solitaire, you can only have one of, right? Because he's an epic hero. Yeah, it's Death Jester, Shadow Seer, Troop Master. So we got the Solitaire, he's just got his stuff, and like, we look at him, 12-inch move on a little infantry guy. But then you've got the Blitz. Once per battle in your movement phase, before it makes a normal move, you can use this ability until it does. If it does, until the end of the turn, add 2d6 to this model's move characteristic, and add 3 to the attacks characteristic of this model's Solitaire weapons. So he goes to 12 attacks at Strength 6, AP 2, Damage 2, Precision. He's got Fight First, Lone Op. He's got Battle Focus, Stealth, Disparate Paths, which I think just means, like, when mustering your army, you can include Harlequins, even though they don't have a Suriani faction keyword. Unless otherwise stated, you cannot select Harlequins or Ynnari as your army faction, but we can do that because it goes to the Webway, which every time they make a charge move, they can move through enemy models. Traveling players, troop units from your army game battle line, troop models in those units have an OC of 2. You can include up to 3 of Death Jester, Shadow Seer, and Troop Master. Now, we are going to be including the Troop Masters, and we're going to have a look at the Shadow Seer as well. So, Shadow Seer, I think, got a little bit of a glow up in the Codex for the 18-inch Lone Op, which, as we've seen with Tau and their Kroot, is actually very, very powerful. No, you have to choose goes to the Webway, so you can take 3 of each character apart from Solitaire. Yeah, that was my thought. Models, melee weapons equipped by enemy models have hazardous when targeting this model's unit. And then you've got the flip belt, you got all that sort of stuff. So 18-inch Lone Op and melee weapons having hazardous is a nasty thing to put on your opponent. Now, the other thing that we look at is what is the opportunity cost, because the leader stuff, I don't think you can attach 2 to the same unit. Attaches to a troop. So the troop leader gives him, while he's leading a unit, each time that model makes a pile and consolidate move, it moves 6. In addition, it does not need to end that move closer to the closest enemy model, provided it ends as close as possible to the closest enemy unit. Now, for anybody who hasn't done fight phase stuff in 10th edition, this is a very, very big deal, because normally your opponent can position in ways where it restricts where your models can end and can end up like flipping objectives and that sort of stuff. So yeah, then Kegarak's favor, each time this model makes a melee attack, you can reroll a hit roll of 1 and add 1 to the wound roll. So Pile and Consolidate 6 is very, very good. I think a mix of these characters is probably going to be the way to play them. Now, he's got 6 attacks, hitting on 2, strength 4, AP 1, damage 2, devastating wounds. He will always wound on 5s or better because of the +1 to wound. So yeah, very, very interesting. Now, let's look at some of the enhancements that they can take. So, Kegarak's Coil. Troop Master only. Each time the bearer's unit ends a charge move, select one enemy unit within engaged range of the bearer's unit, then roll a d6 for each model in the bearer's unit within engaged range of that unit. It's a grenade. It's a mortals on the charge. Roll a 4 up and do 1 mortal wound, up to a maximum of 6. I don't hate that. Mask of Secrets. Harlequin's model only each time an enemy unit, excluding monsters and vehicles, within engagement range of the bearer's unit falls back. All models in that enemy unit must take a desperate escape test. When doing so, if that enemy unit is battle shocked, subtract 1 from each of those tests. So I think we're going to go one of them with Kegarak's Coil. Actually, I'm just going to remove that for now. Do we go Troop Master's Blade or Harlequin Special Weapon? So this one is 5 attacks, strength 5, AP 2, damage 2 with Dev. And the special weapon is 6 attacks, strength 4, AP 1, damage 2. I think I would prefer the Troop Master's Blade. 5 attacks, strength 5, AP 2, damage 2 is a really, really nice breakpoint to have. Then Shuriken Pistol, Neuro Disruptor is 1-shot, anti-infantry 2+. Fusion Pistol is Melter. I think I like the Fusion Pistol for him. So let's just go grab 3 of them. We'll see how we go. We'll probably have to trim back as we go. Now you are going to have a Neuro Disruptor, and you can have Mistweave as a Shadow Seer only. While the bearer is leading unit, models have Infiltrators. Oh my god, yes! Yes! So I don't see myself including more than one Mistweave. You're going to have Kegrak's Coil, and you're going to have Mask of Secrets. Okay, then we go Troop. And we're going to go quite a few big things here. So Harlequin's Blade, Harlequin's Special Weapon, and Power Sword. So Power Sword, 5 attacks, Strength 4, AP 2, Damage 1, Devastating Wounds. Harlequin's Blade, 5 attacks, Strength 3, AP 0, Damage 1. Don't know why you would ever take that. Harlequin's Special Weapon, 4 attacks, Strength 4, AP 1, Damage 1. So I think Power Sword's winning it. It's more attacks, better AP, and the strength is irrelevant. Yeah. Am I missing something? So that's 5 attacks. 4 attacks, strength 4, AP 1, damage 1, dev. 5 attacks, strength 4, AP 2, damage 1, dev. Go for the higher strength than AP. Yeah, I figured it would be. That's a weird one. That's a weird one. Going to go a fusion pistol on the leader. We are going to go max size unit. Now, do we want Harlequin's Blades, which are 5 attacks, strength 3, AP 0, damage 1, dev wounds. Now, Troop, their data sheet ability. Dance of Death, at the start of the fight phase, you pick one of the following abilities to get to the end of the phase. Each time you make an attack, reroll a hit roll of 1. Each time you make an attack, add 1 to the wound roll. Each time an attack targets this unit, subtract 1 to hit. You take Trickster's Grace, I think, in when your opponent's activating first. And you take, probably Villain's Doom will always be the one that you take. +1 to wound is just massively, massively useful. So Harlequin's Blade, strength 3, AP 0, damage 1, or you can take Harlequin's Special Weapon, which is 1 less attack, but it's got AP on it. I think you go the Harlequin's Special Weapon, right? Now, their makeup. I think I can take a Neuro Disruptor, Fusion Pistol, and then I go 1 less, 1 less. Yep. I got a Harlequin Special Weapon, Harlequin Special Weapon. Cool. And then we're going to copy. And we're going to copy. And we're going to copy. So we've got a bunch of troop. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I'm going to go one of you, because that is a decent amount of troop all over the place. I've got characters to go with them. I've got the Solitaire. Now we need to make sure that we've got transports for them, because this is a very, very heavy transport army. And if they don't have transports, they are absolutely freaking dead. So if I go 5 Star Weavers, and I go you as the Warlord, then I've got 60 points left over. And maybe we go... So that's 100 points. That leaves us a little bit, because that's 6 troop, but you can still have these. Go another 6, then we've got 65. What is available for 65? A Viper? Do I want to go a Viper? Probably not. I wonder if, like, you do need to go a little bit skinnier on the troop and go for... Because I've got no long-range shooting. No long-range shooting whatsoever. So I think it's overdone in that regard. So we're going to get rid of a Troop Master. We're going to get rid of one of the big troop units. Now, are we feeling just like full-on Harlequins, where we go for, from vehicles, we go Void Weavers? Now, we got the Haywire Cannon, which is 3 attacks, strength 4, AP 1, damage 3, anti-vehicle 4+, devastating wounds, but that doesn't affect monsters. The Prismatic Cannons, we've got a blast weapon, and then we've got 2 shots of strength 12, AP 3, damage 4. So I think the Prismatic Cannons are probably the way to go. And if we wanted to go triple Void Weaver, we drop a... No, drop a Star Weaver, and then we've got 50 points. We could take a legended Bone Singer. We also haven't taken any of the bikes. We've got Skyweavers that we can look at taking as well. Because they are, if I look at their rules... do they not have any special datasheet rules? When they're targeted -1 from the hit roll, they can take the Haywire Cannon, and we can either take the Star Bowlers, which are D3 attack, strength 7, AP 2, damage 2, or the Zephyr Glaive, which is a melee attack, which I think I would prefer that. You can take them in 2s and 4s. So if I were to look at a couple of units of bikes, and I've got 3 big 12 troops, so I need 140 points. 5 units of troop, so I can get rid of a Star Weaver, and then 60 points somewhere. What are we feeling? What up, Flano? How you doing? Put it in Wraith Knight. And I think maybe we just go 2 big units of troop and 2 smaller units. So 12 and 12, 6 and 6. Now this leaves us with 145 points. 145 points. Where would I make this up? I do want to have other units that can go, like, that are throwaway, that can go and do stuff. I think Rangers would actually be really good for that. And maybe a unit of... Maybe a unit striking Scorpions, or Warp Spiders. I'm 5 points over. Maybe it is some Howling Banshees. No, I've got a lot of charging melee. I don't need that. I would love to put in 2 units of Rangers, but unfortunately that puts me in a weird place points-wise. Now, you've got Kegarak's Coil, you've got Mask of Secrets, you've got Mistweave. And all of those enhancements I do want to keep. I guess Mortals on the Charge is the thing that's like the most easy to drop. But Mortals on the Charge is really, really good for having a unit that can punch up into something that normally it would be able to. But I also don't know if it's hat on a hat. Those 6 mortal wounds, you clear out a screening unit with that charge, and then you 6-inch pile in, and then tag something else behind it that they didn't want you to tag. I think I like that way too much. So 5 Rangers, triple Void. Maybe triple Void Weaver is a mistake. We've got 3 transports for 4 units. One of them is going to infiltrate. That makes sense. We are fine with that. What would we put in to fill that in? I could look at just a min-sized troop unit. Just 5 of the boys. Because you go from 85 to 100. And we go a fusion pistol. We go a power sword. We go 4 with Harlequin special weapons. Neurodisruptor, Fusion Pistol, and then we go 1, 2. It's 85 points. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. There's a lot of tricksy shit. There's plenty of troop. We've got something to infiltrate. Well, we've got 2 units that can infiltrate and do missions and whatever else we need to. We've got Skyweavers, which for 95 points, I will happily have them go and do actions or whatever if there's nothing good for them to take with the Haywire cannons. But yeah. I think this is starting of the Harlequins. I'd have to test it to see if I absolutely fucking hate it. But yeah. Oh, cap is 6 for Star Weavers. Ah, that is a really, really good point. That is a really good point. So 6 Harlequins models, which means one of these is going to infiltrate. Then we've got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, because you want to fit the characters in there. So I think we actually go, instead of the 6, we go 1, 2, 3 of Min, and that's got a bunch of the characters. One of the characters is infiltrating with this Shadow Seer. So 1, 2, 3, and then we've got 1 infiltrating, 1 starting on the board with the Shadow Seer. Can't be shot outside of 18. I think I'm fine with that. So then that leaves us in another weird place where, yeah. Maybe the one that's starting on the board with the Shadow Seer goes down to 190. And then I've got 50 points. What do I put in for 50 points? I don't think there's anything. I'm sure that a better Aeldari player than me is sitting there screaming at their screen. Aside from Flano saying Wraith Knight. I wonder what the option to fix here is. I could just go 1 big brick of troop, take it down, and then run the transports. So the big brick of troop infiltrates. The one that can't be shot outside of 18 is just a little min-sized unit. We go 1, 2, 3, 4 of the Star Weavers, and then we go a unit of Striking Scorpions. That gives us yet another infiltrate unit. It gives us someone who can do stuff all over the board. Because, you know, our Harleys are going to be able to go out and tag people up in combat and get stuff done and whatever. We got a big, like, insane infiltrating brick that can go and tag somebody up and get a whole bunch of damage done and be a pain in the ass. And then we've got a bunch of stuff behind it to shoot, do actions, score objectives, do all that sort of stuff. I don't know if we have the damage because I've never played Harlequins, so I'd have to test to see, but I mean, I could see myself running this. Yeah. Now, in terms of what am I going to play first? Because you've got to start somewhere. I think at the moment, the Wind Rider stuff, I will have all of this. I've got 2 Warlock Skyrunners coming from R&R. I've got 3 Warwalkers. I have the Shining Spears. I will have the Warp Spiders. I have the Rangers. I have the Howling Banshees. I have the Scorpions. I have this many bikes. All I need to get is the Storm Guardians. That is it. So, yeah. Troop Master leading MSU is better. Interesting. Your second Shadow Seer is redundant in that list. All right, let's have another look at it. So the second Shadow Seer, because we got 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Would he be redundant? Because Mistweave is giving infiltrators going into a big brick. The other one, and that infiltrating unit not being able to be shot outside of 18 is actually interesting for how far they can move. Pagan for the lesser ill. How you doing, buddy? All right, so we've got Sarah sent me a list, so I'm gonna open that. Let's go rosters, save. Let's open it. All right, I'm glad it's not a picture of a dick. That would have been actually kind of funny if Sarah made me open a dick pic on stream. I mean, I would have got cancelled immediately and I would have been livid, but it also would have been pretty funny. So this is what Sarah's running. So Solitaire, Troop Master. Running the Troop Master's Blade. Interesting. Okay. Oh no, that was the one that I went. I'm thinking the power weapon on the troop. Yep. Harlequin special weapons. So 5 Rangers, 2 sets of 4 Skyweavers, 2 triple Void Weaver, and then 5 Star Weavers. And yeah. I think that looks like a solid list. Obviously, I'll need to get practice on it, but yeah. So I don't think the Shadow Seer is redundant because I've got the troops for them to go with, and it gives yet another troop a cannot be shot outside of 18. And in terms of dealing with Harlequins, one of the big things that we've got to worry about is indirect. And there is a fair amount that exists in the meta. I think with Aeldari coming back in, we'll probably see Guard going that way. You've also got the Aeldari Mirror, where there's going to be a bunch of Dark Reapers running around with the Tempest launchers, which will have a big effect on them. Yeah. So I think the thing I'm going to start with is either Ride the Wind or Aspects. Now, Aspects, I will have... Again, I just need Storm Guardians. I need 1 more box of Fire Dragons, 1 more box of Howling Banshees, and 1 more box of Warp Spiders, and a Wave Serpent. So, actually, yeah, the Wind Rider list is actually much closer to me because I only need 1 thing. So, yeah. That, and I mean, I can take out a Farseer Skyrunner for something else that fills in that. But, I mean, if I'm already waiting to, get one of these and get the Storm Guardians, then who cares? So, yeah, that, and I'm not going to be playing this until after my son, which, by the way, everybody, what is the date today? 1, 2, my son will be here in less than 3 days. How fucking exciting is that? Does the Warlocks need to be solo to join another unit? No, they cleared this up in an FAQ, like a day 1 FAQ. So their leader, they can be attached to Warlock Skyrunners, Wind Riders, and then under the Warlock Skyrunners, started declare battle formation service not an attached unit. It can join a Wind Riders unit from your army. Unit cannot have more than 1 Warlock Skyrunners join it. If it does until the end of the battle, every model in the unit counts as being a bodyguard, and that bodyguard's starting strength, blah, 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 blah. So it is not an attached unit. The Farseer becomes the attached unit, and then they attach to the Wind Riders. Parenthood waits for nobody. Let's go. Absolutely. So yeah. Very, very soon, I'm going to have little Malimu. We're going to actually be doing a stream where I'll just be on my phone in the hospital when I'm able to hold him and Chel's doing okay, and we will introduce you to him. I'll probably have some more streams before then. Like, I've got no plans to not stream in the lead up to that happening, but I just want to let everybody know, less than 3 days. Less than 3! Less than 3, you fuckers! But, yeah, so I think Aeldari is going to have a lot of stuff for me to sink my teeth into, which is going to be very, very fun. I don't know where lists are going to go. I do need to learn more about Ynnari. Actually, you know what? Let's build an aspects list with the Avatar of Cain, because I do want to run him. So duplicate avatar. The last Cain Bender. All right, so go to list. Avatar last Cain Bender. Now, we know we want to throw the Avatar of Cain in here. So it's 300 points. I think that we drop Lycus. I think that we drop a... I don't want to get rid of stuff. I think getting rid of stuff is a bad idea. So I think it's characters that have to pay the price. I think Jane Zar goes out. And I think... we just drop a unit of striking scorpions because we've got 2 units for infiltrate. And then we've still got all of our other stuff. We got our fire dragons, we got our dark reapers, we got our characters that make it all work. And now we have an Avatar of Cain. You know, looking at this list, I don't hate that. What about all of you? I don't hate the look of that. Because I do love the idea of having these guys good to go. Now, one thing I do want to do, let's yellow scribe the shit out of all this. So let's go export. Let's go Roz. Yep. Avatar the Last Canebender. Nurse. Very funny guy. You're a funny man. You're a very funny guy. And then let's go on to TTS and let's actually yellow scribe this. So if people are watching and they haven't yellow scribed something before, this will be a very, very good way for you to see it. Now, that is my code for yellow scribing. Let's go TTS. And we'll just wait for this to load up. But yellow scribing is actually very, very easy to do. All you have to do is just do it a couple of times and it becomes very apparent how to get that done. How to does it. Jay, there is a literal yellow scribe button on the export on Eurocrypt. Well, I don't know that. Jeez. So judgmental just because I don't know every little thing about everything, and I probably should, but I don't. So, you know, you just got embarrassed. Publicly. Oh. I wonder if I should try Kingdom Come 2. I've heard some good things about it. Just right now, I know, I was just being sassy. I do appreciate your help. All right, so let's go to Force Org. And let's load up our stuff. Which, because these guys are incredible, they will likely have put in all of the new Aeldari models. The engine doesn't feel embarrassment. That's right. What does a god engine care about the musings of mortal men? Okay, cool. So let's go launch Yellow Scribe. And let's go. Once this is good. I do love that flaming avatar. That looks pretty amazing. Yep. What are you? Oh, that's Fugan the Burning Lance with a literal flaming effect on him. That's pretty cool. Whatever, cow. All right, so then we're going to go a Way Leaper. We're going to go an Autark. What else do we have in this list? I've already forgotten. I got rid of a lot of my named heroes. So we do need some Sturm Guardians, those Guardian Defenders. Where are my Sturms? I do need Rangers. Come over here, Rangers. This is the old Warp Spiders. Have they got the new stuff in? Corsairs, Shadow Seers, Troops, Shroud Runners, Wave Serpent. That is new model. The Scorpimans. Dark Reapers. Then we've got that's old Fugan. So maybe this is actually the new stuff, is it? Is that Sweeping Hawks? Maybe it is. Anyway, we'll have Fugan here. Oh wait, no, I'm not even using Fugan. What am I doing? Then that's older stuff, older stuff, older stuff. Where are the Sturm Guardians? There's a Tire Avengers. The Avenged Tires. You know what? I'm fairly certain it doesn't matter. Storm Guardians are just Guardian Defenders. We'll have you. We will have... Where are the Flamers? Where are these flaming idiots? You flaming galah. So that's the Storm Guardians. All right. I'll just grab all of those and move them over. All right, so let's start with some of this. So, Avatar of Cain, that's you. Autark, that's you. Autark Wayleaper, that's you. All right, the Sturm and Nermans. 7-scale platform, you. 4 Storm Guardians with Shuriken pistols and close combat weapon, that's you. I guess I'll just use the same model for flamers and fusion guns. And then 2 with power swords, that's you. Cool, done. The Dark Reapers. That's you. The Fire Dragoons. Where are my Dragoons? They are. And I believe these are the new models. I should have grabbed the Banshees while I was over there. Okay, so Fire Dragons, Exarch, and you, and you, and you, you, and you. Banshees, all right. Now, do they have the Banshee with Executioner? Maybe she's over here in the older ones. No, God, they look cool. Those action shots, they look fucking sick. No. Actually, I wonder if in that other one that I got, the Seaborn's Aeldari collection. Let's go search. Let's go Howl. Oh, those were the ones over there. Huh. Okay. You know what? Maybe I do grab one of those just to make them really stand out. Kind of love this girl. Exarch. Cool. Then we've got our Faithful Rangers. And we've got our... Now, which one is going to be my Biting Blade? None of you. This is a two-handed weapon. And I know that because I just put them together before, and they look fucking awesome. That is a Biting Blade right there. My boy just hefting a great sword. Exarch. Yep, and then the Spooters. Where my Spooters at? I didn't think... Are they the new Spooters model? I don't think they are. Let's check this one. Search. Warp. Spooter. They actually, let's chuck you down. Let's chuck you down. Let's have a look at these options. I think, yeah, that's Power Blades. I think they've actually updated it. So I am just going to go, yeah, I'll go the two of you. Why not? All right, so Power Blades. You. And what do we get left? Double Wave Serpent. And we're done. Let's hit Create Army. And that is as easy as yellow scrubbing your list has to be. Nero Dark Angel, how you doing, buddy? Have you tried the Guardian Death Star yet? I have not. I've not been able to try almost anything. I have also just noticed we have Rainer in the chat, Mr. R&R Hobbies himself. Everybody, give Rainer a warm welcome. Which does remind me of a shameless plug. Right now in the description of the YouTube video, there is code Pantheon. If you use that and click on the link to R&R Hobbies, you take an already 21% off GW prices, and you make it 26%. Support me in the process. Support R&R Hobbies, which are a local bunch of boys doing their thing, and you get models for yourself. It is literally a win-win. You are supporting the collapse of our species if you don't. You're literally losing money. Anyway, how you doing, Rainer? Good to see you, buddy. Which, by the way, any word from GW on the Aeldari stuff? Because I am chomping at the bit to get my things. Going well listening while driving home? Nice, dude. Nice. I do want to try the Guardian Death Star. I think that sounds really, really funny. Really, really, really funny. Storm Guardians on the bottom right of the Guardian pack. Yeah, did see those. Just had a thought. I'm pretty sure I can put a Wave Serpent and Harlequins, transport a big blob of them. It's a done deal. Nope. That's unfortunate. It's, yeah, so far as I've heard, everybody's been having a bit of a rough time with this, warehouse storage thing that they've been having to deal with. So, hopefully it gets solved pretty soon, because I'm, Daddy's keen for his crack. Daddy's keen for his crack. Avatar, The Last Cane Bender. All right, our list is done. Let's go into Aeldari. Yeah, we'll just save that in there. We'll just double check that everything's been done correctly. The Exarchs have 2 things. That Striking Scorpion is so much smaller than his other boys. Literally so much smaller. Am I even happy with that for the purposes of WYSIWYG? I don't know that I am. All right, we're redoing this. Okay, so the Warp Spiders, I think, are actually smaller than these models. Let me just double check. Why are they so much smaller? Like, I know that this guy is kneeling and all that sort of stuff, but even just the dimensions look smaller. So, all right. Exarch, Warp Spiders, Exarch, Warp Spiders, Exarch, Warp Spiders. Then we go the Banshee Exarch, that's the one we needed to fix. The Fire Dragons are fine. Did I do my Scorpimans? I don't think I did. Okay, so you are them. All right, I think that's what we needed to fix. Let's bring that up. Those are the Warp Spiders didn't. I did 2 of the units and not the other one. God damn it. Warp Spiders, that unit. Okay. All right. Delete all of you. God damn it. Okay. Wait, what? Wait, what? Oh my god, I just did the same unit again. I am such a dumbass. Delete. You know what, everybody? I don't often fuck up. But when I do, it's monumental and it's in a row. Okay, so we then have those. Save object. Aeldari. Oh, Avatar. The Last Cane Bender. Save. Yes, I want to overwrite. Objects. Saved objects. Now, don't let me fucking that up make it seem like this is hard to do, because it's not. This is like one of the most easy things in the world to do. Other not as good companies that may rhyme with Mombat Mumpany also announced their release is delayed. Interesting. I don't think he has a beef. I think it's more just pointing out that like one of the big boys is also suffering from supply shortages. So if one of the big boys is suffering from it, then what the fuck else does anybody else have a hope in hell of, you know, getting anything around? So Mr. Avatar, you are burning. Not nearly as good looking as this sucker, which, have a look at that. Have a look at my beautiful boy. Oh, he's so gorgeous. He's so gorgeous. Oh, good. So I have to stop shopping there. Oh, very good. Very good. You'll be a literal daddy soon. I've been a daddy for a while. It's just that Chelsea won't call me that in public. But yes, I will be a father in to a non-fur baby in 2.5 days. 2.5 days, team. They're gonna yoink a little dude out of my wife. What a world. What a world. And then once everything stabilizes, I can get back to terrorizing people with Eldar and not feeling any sort of bad about it whatsoever. Where is my that one? That one. So yeah, let's have a look at this. Export secondhand geek. Nice. Yellow scribe. Nice. With secondhand geek, you can easily sell the miniatures you don't need. Interesting. You know what? I am actually curious. I'm going to click the link. Do they... Oh, wait. You have to sign up or log in? What do they have? Do these guys beat out Troll Trader? Miniatures, Warhammer 40k, Aeldari. So they've got accepts offers. Is this would be US, right? This would 100% be US. I don't have a ton of stuff. They got some stuff. Looks like they're probably just a thing maybe starting out. Though, I mean, their Aeldari range might not be too massive at the moment because you'd have like everybody buying up everything that they can. That's what I saw for Troll Trader. Okay, so if I were to look at like... wait, do they have Harlequins just there? No, they don't have Harlequins as their own thing. Interesting. Interesting. No Drakari. Any Tau? There's a couple of things. 192 US for the Tau Empire Battle Force. No thanks. No thanks. 192 for the Penitent Crusader host. $50. That's like... No, I guess it's like $80 Australian. I can't remember what the exact conversion is. But, yeah. Yeah. Any of my beloved wolves? Nah, 0 results. Okay, so... Yeah, they look like they might just be starting out. What about Age of Sigmar? You know, I love my Age of Sigmar. I don't know if I'm going to become a tournament player for them, but like... My Lumineth, just do it for me. You know, they're just... There's in there, just getting on, getting deep inside everything I'm doing... Limited edition box set for 110, which just looks like the tokens and the... Oh, no, they have the miniatures. They have the dice. They have all this. Actually, 120 US for this set actually isn't terrible. Like, it's not blow your pants off amazing, but like the set is becoming rarer and rarer. And like Dawn Riders are in a great place right now. Light of Eltharion's in a great place. It's got the limited edition dice, all the tokens that you'll never use again, codex that you can't use. You know, it's whatever. It's whatever. Anyway, that's Secondhand Geek. So let's just go back onto our hobby view. Let's do some yapping and some chatting. Feeling better now. I can help you out as soon as you're stable. Yeah, awesome. Finally, someone other than you doing that. Wait, what am I doing? What do you mean other than me? I don't even do nothing, mate. I don't even do nothing. Australian, you're insanely close with that guess. By the way, you said $80 from 50 US. I have had to look at, like, most of my business runs on USD because it's just the global currency, which is fucking terrifying with the state of everything. But yeah, I have had to keep a finger on the pulse of, like, conversion rates and that sort of stuff, so Chelly and I can kind of plan our days and our months and whatever else. So yeah, that was a response to pulling a little guy out of Chell. It's a good one. It's a good one. Which also not wrong. But yeah, I think that within the Aeldari Codex, we've got, like, more viable ways to play them than I think a lot of people are giving credit for. And there's actually something I've seen where a lot of the battle reports that everybody's putting out there, like the Aeldari win rate in those battle reports is fucking terrible. Absolutely terrible. And there's a lot of people that are like, oh yeah, that means that they're dead, and they're, you know, like, there's this book, you know, I don't think it's broken. I think it's strong. But I think its biggest strength is that it's well written. And something well written, if it has, like, points adjustments or whatever else, takes it into the territory of being able to really, really come out swinging in a number of different ways. And the other thing I think people are sleeping on is that all these battle reports are against, like, extremely good players, because only really extremely good players are getting the codex in advance. And yes, there's going to be more coming out now, and some of the more casual guys are coming out, but, like, Aeldari isn't something that is good in casual hands. It is something that, like, really good players and specialists are able to, you know, use and do well with. But yeah. You know, some guy who doesn't even play the game called the Codex a joke. Was so butthurt about it, it pissed me off. Bro is such a dumbass, he thinks it's bad. Just because Ynnari got a nerf, even though the Ynnari detachment has legs, they gotta fix the fact that only Yvrain, Vizark can go and transport. Our Lexus is so dumb sometimes. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Some of the stuff that comes out of, like, your local scene and, like, some of the screenshots you put in or whatever, it's, I wouldn't even worry about it. Like, stupid people are always gonna have opinions. Stupid people are always gonna have opinions. And, you know, if they think it's bad, one of the best things you can do, like, the best revenge is to take something that they think is bad and stomp the fuck out of them with it. And shit, I don't know, once I've wrapped my head around it, maybe I'll come down and play at the LGS one time. But yeah. Brother doesn't even play, I can't do that. Ah, that's right, he doesn't play. Well, then tell him to shut up. He doesn't play the game. He just tell him to shut up. Dude is obviously, like, because I find this a lot. People will listen to a particular creator, podcast, whatever, and they will just parrot their opinions. Or they'll have somebody that they think is good at the game or whatever, and they will just parrot their opinions. And this is such a human experience type thing, where when you're talking to somebody, changing their opinion very rarely actually relies on evidence. It's all about feeling. People think and feel interchangeably. That's just the way that they live their lives. But yeah, just tell them to shut the fuck up. Stop interacting with him. I mean, fuck him. People say every armor is dead when their dex comes out. Remember all the people saying Crons were dead and theirs came out? Yeah. I had people saying the same to me when our codex came out on Tau, and they were like, oh no, this doesn't work. We had the same thing with Oxcad coming out as a detachment. We had the same thing with, like, look at the Blood Angels uproar. Look at how everybody was saying the Blood Angels were fucking dead. Most people are suits piloted by parrots. So what you're saying is humanity is Tau. Parrot. Tau. Parao? Tarots? Tarot? The Emperor's Tarot? No, I'm grasping at straws. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. But yeah, just on a side note, I am enamored with this. I am so glad that Chelsea pressured me into into buying this. I'm so glad Chelsea pressured me into buying this. It looks so fucking good. Nah, BA dead, need buff. Yeah, absolutely. And then, and this fucks me off so much where, like, you know, I say, oh, Oxcat is good. Everybody fucking, like, attacks me. And then I'll put out a video saying how I would fix Tau, or GW please fix Tau. And everybody fucking attacks me for it. And I'm like, I literally cannot win. I literally cannot win. Because, like, you have one side that thinks everything's fine and don't like it when you say that stuff needs to be fixed. Then you've got the other side that are quiet while they're talking, that as soon as you say everything's fine, nothing needs to be fixed with this, they come out of the woodwork and start going fucking nuts. I am piloted by a half flock of crows, i.e. attempted murder. Oh, you suck. You suck. Did she really pressure you, or did you just say that to make an excuse to yourself? No, this was legitimately, like, I was looking at an avatar of Kane, and this one came up because Chell was sitting on the couch next to me, just like, you know, looking at everything. And, like, we talk about all of the purchases and everything, as any good couple should. And yeah, like, she saw this. I was like, oh my God, that's so pretty. She started going through the photos and everything else. She's like, I want it. I want it. I want it. I want it. And Chell doesn't really do that with 40k. She did that with, like, you know, the Incarn. She loved this. Well, I think she loved Yvraine because the cat's following her around. But yeah, like, you know, you got to do what you got to do. Mephisto needs more keywords. Yeah, I think that he's missing a couple. And, like, he's going for a speed run of the most keywords within the game. But, yeah, this avatar looks really, really amazing. And I'm surprised by the price they were letting it go for. Yeah. But yeah, that's our Aeldari theory crafting. I am starting to swing back into the nausea phase of my antidepressants, so I am probably going to go and die a little bit. It may be likely that I'm back on tonight. I think Charles and I may lay some carpet, which is to say Space Marine 2. Oh yes, Chelsea's mum is flying in tonight. What time is she coming in?
She'll be there at 10, so we have to leave at 9.
Oh, that's easy. But yeah, there may or may not be a stream. We'll see how we go. But I want to say thank you to everybody who has joined us, and we'll see you in the next one.